Okay, so today is Thursday, May 30th, making it the last Thursday in May. So we are going to do a bit of a May in review, but there are definitely enough notable things this week that I do kind of want to talk about my week. First off, a lot of studying. I've been making my way through contracts, through family law, just started real property yesterday, working through practice questions, practice essays. I feel like it's going well. Um, there was this joke I had with a couple friends of mine back in law school, where we were like, "Hey, like, what bars do you want to do? Like, what are some of the jurisdictions you're looking at?" And I was like, "I'm not 100%. You know, we're here in California, but I live in Oklahoma. Maybe there's like another state I'll want to do. You know, and maybe I'll try to take like the uniform bar to keep my options open." And I remember my friend saying, he's like, "Yeah, you know, like I want to pass them all and collect them all like Pokemon cards, but I just can't pass that pesky Rhode Island bar." And then so like ever since then, pesky Rhode Island bar has just been this inside joke. And by taking the UBE and Rhode Island as part of it, I realized I will actually be taking that pesky Rhode Island bar, and I just find that really funny to me. I've been trying to get more work on Severance on the VN. Our artist is, I don't remember if I said this last week or not, but they're back from their hiatus. They've sent another design that, as always, I really like. Oh, yeah, I did mention that because I was like, yeah, like a thing came in and I never imagined the character like that. Or like I did, but they gave him something extra, and I was like, oh shit, now I have to add this something extra into the story. But my brain was like, I'm actually so excited to be able to do this. It was really nice. Haven't done as much writing as I would like, because I'm supposed to spend more time studying and other wild, weird shit that happened this week. But what I've been able to do has been really nice. There was a night a few nights ago where it was like Clay and I had a conversation, like, what are the weaknesses in the story? And we identified a decent number. It was like, okay, I'm going to do what I can to try and fix these and address these in the text. And I did. Maybe it wasn't as much as, maybe it doesn't quite fix the problem. Maybe it does. I don't know. But I made a good faith effort to try and make it better. So it was Monday night. I had a really good night. Like, you know, I went to the gym, had this big workout, and I just had this sense, like, you know what? Things are okay. Like, for the first time in a while, maybe even like the first time in 2024, I genuinely feel like I know what I'm in for. Like, the bar is going to be rough, the studying is going to be rough, but I have a plan. Like, I'm going to do this. And then when that's done, like, here's my plan for this project, here's my plan for this, here's my plan for this. And it felt really put together. And I called up my older brother. And I say he's my brother. He's been my best friend since I was, like, 6. Like, I have known him that long. So to me, it's like, yeah, he's my big brother. His parents are my parents. His brothers are my brothers. I give him a call, and he doesn't answer. And then a couple days later, it's like Wednesday or Thursday, I get a call back from him, like, right as soon as I got off work. Like, the timing was perfect. And it was just nice to talk to him. See how he's doing. He's doing well. I was going back to the house, so I put him on speaker so he could say hi to mom and dad. It was just genuinely really lovely. Let's talk about the big thing before the meme thing. I guess there's two big things. One, I'm actually about to take my car into the shop. The engine light's been on and off since I got an oil change. My hope is that it's just like a weird visual glitch and it's nothing serious, but it could be something serious. I think they said it's like 125, 150 just to do the diagnostic, where I'm like, if it's all that and it's literally nothing, I'm gonna be pissed. But it is what it is. No, the other big thing is there was a fucking tornado in town on Saturday night. So, Saturday night, Jose and I, because I was here, because I was doing some studying, went into the basement. Clay was at work, and I was just calling people. I was like, all right, are you guys okay? Are you guys okay? It's not where my parents are yet. Okay, it's going there. Are you guys okay? It was a very long and stressful night. around 12:30 or so, so like after midnight, not afternoon, this house lost power. And pretty much everywhere in town had lost power. My parents had already lost power. So Sunday, which we had planned to have like a group cookout, that's not happening because there's no power to preserve any of the meat. Apparently the lake where we were going to have it, like, it got fucked by the tornado, so we can't go there now. It was this long scramble to kind of find out what to do. Like, my parents and I ended up going to a hotel for a bit because they had power. And then Sunday night, Clay's house got power, but I was stuck in the hotel, so I ended up coming here around Monday afternoon-ish. My parents got power, I think, Monday night, Tuesday afternoon. It was somewhere around there. It's been weird. Now, the best part, which feels like a weird thing to say about the tornado, it's more like a thankfully, I am okay. My parents are okay. My friends are okay. The cats are fine. The stuff is fine. The homes are fine. I walked out of my neighborhood Sunday morning, and it did not look like a tornado would come through, aside from, hey, the power's out. There's a lot of other parts of town that are like, yeah, it doesn't look like a tornado came through. And then there's other parts of town where I'm like, oh, that looks bad. Like my friend who had organized all of this, like not the tornado, who had organized the cookout, he couldn't leave his neighborhood because of all the power lines and all the trees. It's been a very bizarre and strange past few days. I feel like it was something I had to address, but I don't want to end my week talking about that before I just get into May as a whole. So let's talk about Multiverses. The Multiverses just came out. Again, for real, no bullshit this time. And I've played it a couple times. It came out Tuesday, now it's Thursday, so I've had 2 days to play it. I did a lot of like versus computer PvE stuff on Tuesday. I wasn't having fun. I found it was very sluggish. It was very slow. It was very floaty, which, to be fair, it was very floaty during the beta too. And I was like, I don't know, this feels, I mean, insert Sonic Smash joke here, but it feels too slow. It just feels off. I don't know. I really want to like this game. I remember having fun playing the beta, and there's characters I think would be really fun in this, and like a platform fighter, and some of them seem like they've been leaked. I'll talk about that in a sec. But I'm like, oh, man, I don't know about this, Chief. Then yesterday, I'm like, all right, let me play some people. Let's see what happens. Oh, I got Banana Guard for free. Well, as someone who's been watching Adventure Time, I really like the Banana Guards. I find them really funny. I think this is a pretty good idea for a joke character. I know some people are like, why the fuck is this thing here? Other people are like, it's too early to have a joke character. Like, I get it. But this sound, I like this. So I played, I don't know, like I played for about an hour-ish. So it was like 14, 15 matches as Banana Guard. You know, get to rematch a few people like several times. I lost once. Banana Guard was fucking cooking. Banana Guard's down special. It's basically like Bowser's where like in the air and then you just kind of fall down. You have no iframes when you do it, and it's not like okay, like if you were doing this move, other people need to get out of the way, you can easily get hit out of it. But you hit the ground, and it makes this like little shockwave, not like a long projectile kind of shockwave, but a small area of effect, like kind of like Robin's down smash. That's her. Robin is love. Robin is life. Anyways, you can do that, and it does like quite a bit of damage, quite a bit of knockback. I've just been calling it Banana Slam anytime I use it. This character is so fun. It's so goofy. Just this big, heavy, unga bunga banana that does way too much damage and can get to really high percents and just doesn't care and doesn't die. I was playing against Tom and Jerry as my last match, where I was like, alright, I've been playing for a while. I need to go back and do some studying. I've got some contracts questions to do. I'm going to do a set with this Tom and Jerry and we'll see what happens. And there was a point where I was just getting comboed and juggled. I was like, dude, I can't even play the game. Like, I can't hit the ground. I can't do anything. What the fuck? This is ass. It also didn't matter because I was Banana Guard. I won anyways. And then didn't even rematch me. I could feel I lost to a fucking banana. This is bullshit. I hate this game. Like, energy afterwards. It was pretty funny. But, apparently, like, so leaks. So I remember last week, because last week was the trailer, and there were some characters that they hinted at. When the water tower opens, like, all right, here's the trident for Aquaman, the broom for maybe a Harry Potter character, or probably the Wicked Witch, a katana for Samurai Jack, and Bubbles plush for the Powerpuff Girls. There was Dexter's hat, and his glasses and his gloves. There was a thing for Daffy, like a Duck Season poster, Marcy's guitar, all kinds of fun shit. So the game has been out for a couple days. Of course, people data mine the shit out of it. I don't do that. I don't even know how to do that. But I've listened to things, and assuming that these are all legit, a lot of those characters are coming. I don't think I've seen or heard anything specifically confirming Dexter. But it's like, yeah, his stage was there. There was a teaser for him in the trailer. He's probably on his way. But I have personally seen online and heard voice lines from Aquaman, all three Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack. I have heard Jack in his voice lines talk about a Wicked Witch, about, like, your evil magic, and talking about, like, your minions, the flying monkeys. You're like, okay, that's the Wicked Witch of the West. I heard some shit about how there is code for Marceline as a fighter, potentially for Mr. Meeseeks as a fighter as well. I heard voice lines from Rick talking to Marceline, and, like, actively says Marcy, talks about, like, your guitar, talks about, like, are you a cool vampire, like the Robert Pattinson kind. I was like, all right, that's kind of funny. And so, referencing a vampire, so it kind of adds up, like, Marceline is probably in the game and on her way at some point. I don't know if that's season 1, if that's season 2. So the one that's super interesting to me is there was code, like another kind of like playable character stuff. I don't know how thorough it was, like how done it was, for a Ruby character, for Ruby Rose in particular. And as someone who binged Ruby a few months ago, I was like, I mean, it is still a few months ago, but now it goes, I was in November. It was either October, yeah, it was November, I think, into December. So about 7 months ago, 8 months ago, because we're basically in June now. Anyways, it was a little bit ago. I have a lot of fondness for Ruby. Again, both the series and the character. Ruby is my favorite character in the show. Season 6 in particular, be damned. But season 7 too. Like, I don't like her writing in those 2 seasons, but I think she more than makes up for it in season 9. Volume, you know what I mean? The Powerpuff Girls are the character I most want for this game, so the fact that they seem like they are on their way makes me very excited. After binging the show, Ruby kind of became my second. She actually supplanted the Warners as my second most wanted character. Like, she sounds like she would be so fun, especially in a platform fighter. Like, that sounds really dope. So I remember after it came out, it's like, okay, she was just in, like, these DC crossovers. She's owned by Warner Brothers, right? Yeah, she's owned by Warner Brothers. Holy shit, she could be in the game. Then not long after that, Warner Brothers said, Rooster Teeth's not profitable. We're going to cut them. And all this shit happens, and the Ruby series is kind of up in the air. So it makes me wonder, this code, because it's not just code, there's also voice lines, not from Rick, but from Pickle Rick, specific, and then there's all the memes about it. It's like, Pickle Rick is now part of Ruby lore. What the fuck? I said shit about, like, American anime. It's like, how do you swing that scythe with those skinny little arms? They're like, okay, I mean, to be fair, that could be grim. As soon as I heard American anime, my brain didn't even go to Ruby. At first, it went to the Boondocks. Like, could you imagine Huey Freeman or Granddad in this game fighting Jason Voorhees and Bugs Bunny? That'd be so funny. But then there's other things. He says something about, like, science and magic. It's like, sorry, not magic. Dust. You're like, okay, that is straight up Ruby. Referring to, like, Little Red Riding Hood. There are voice lines that are 100% for Ruby Rose. And I don't know, it's like, was this stuff that was in the game before they said we're killing Rooster Teeth? Because you can kill Rooster Teeth, but still keep the IP. Would they gut the company but keep the IP and then put it in the fighting game, either intentionally or unintentionally, to rub salt in the wound? Like, no, they're not that. No, it's Warner Brothers. It's Warner Brothers. They would do that. Oh my gosh, they would. So I don't know. I don't know if this is too distasteful even for them. So this was earlier stuff that didn't get scrubbed. Maybe this is stuff that is actively being worked on. I don't know. But it's, on the one hand, one of the dogs. I'm gonna talk and walk. I'm gonna walk and talk. So there's the part of me that says, this is a character I really like, from a series I really like, that I think would do very well in this game. Yes, I would really like to see this. But even me, I'm like, this is maybe a little too fucked up and a little too distasteful. I don't know about this one, Chief, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. So that was my week, more or less. I still really need to watch Atlanta Season 3. I think at this point, it's just going to be in limbo until I finish the bar. It'll be like Xenosaga, where I'm like, I'm done with the bar. I'm watching this. I'm doing this. Also, Clay bought Thousand Year Door, so I'm not playing it, but I kind of get to vicariously play it. I've already played the original. Like, it's scratching my Thousand Year Door itch, which is making me happy. Anyways, actually talking about May in review. Thing number 1, I started reading Worm again. I got off of my break. I tried to break my break a little earlier, but the video just wouldn't fucking work. I have read 16, 17, and 18. I haven't been able to read much of 19 yet. Again, I feel like Worm progress will also get a lot better when I'm done studying. But so far, it's been 2 really fantastic arcs, and then another arc that's still good. I didn't like it quite as much as the first 2, but it did have some moments in it that were absolute fucking bangers. We've been playing a little bit of Pathfinder. It's Mondays and Tuesdays are kind of the nights. I think it's now going to be more Tuesday, and it's been pretty fun. I've been having a good time. I did finish Dune Messiah. I don't know when I'm doing a video. I don't know if I'm doing a video. That might be another... The bar is kind of a limbo thing, and we'll just kind of do other shit afterwards. Like, I'm still going to do my Thursday videos. I even said that. Dune Messiah is a book where I would say I liked it. There are parts of it that I loved. I don't know if I truly loved the book as a whole, but we'll see. When I'm really talking about it and talking through it, maybe I'll be like, no, I actually like the book more than I thought. Survivor 46 happens. I loved it. I thought it was an absolute blast. I think it is my favorite season of the new era. NBA playoffs are going on. The Thunder have been eliminated. My heart is broken, but it is what it is. Read Marco and the Galaxy Dragon. Played Puppetborn for a while, and then after a while I was like, that's right, I don't like Souls games. This is a Souls game. I think it's well made. It's just not quite for me, and the more I play it, the more it's not quite for me-ness is apparent. So I dropped it. Work on the VN's been going well. So I listened to Daft Punk and their album. I didn't listen to their live album. Maybe I should do that. I don't know. So that was Homework, which I thought was fine. There were parts I really liked and parts that actually just kind of were grating to me. Discovery was great. Human After All, I didn't like quite as much as Discovery, but it's really good. Random Access Memories is... And I really like the Tron Legacy soundtrack. I listened to Arcade Fire's repertoire. A lot of that was in the background, so I probably should maybe give some of these albums another listen, like really pay attention to them. But overall, I really liked them. I've had Suburbs stuck in my head like every now and then for the past few days. I've been trying to listen to Radiohead, and again, I've been doing a lot of that like while writing or like while playing Puppetborn. So now that I'm not doing that as much because of studying, I haven't listened to as much. Radiohead hasn't quite clicked with me. Like, Pablo Honey was fine. Creep is genuinely one of my favorite songs, but the rest of the album, there's songs I liked, and a lot of it was just kind of whatever. I liked the Bends and OK Computer more, but it was just kind of this feeling of, I feel like I'm not giving this as much attention as I should. And maybe, if I really paid attention to it more, I'd like it more, but I still liked it fine. Finished Unicorn Overlord. Good shit. I finally finished a season of Adventure Time. Really glad. I like that show. I watched the first 2 seasons of Atlanta. It was good. I watched some Godzilla movies. Astro Monster was great. Ibira was fine. We've actually tried watching Son of Godzilla a couple times, and people keep coming over right as we're watching the movie, so this movie is cursed or some shit. I finished Shogun. Really liked it. I finished Time War, and I think Time War was May. I'm not 100. That might have technically been April. But I liked that a lot, too. And with Friendship is Magic, I think I finished the videos for Friendship is Magic in, April was the tier lists, and then I was doing the shorts, and I haven't uploaded them, but I finished the Season 9 shorts. So once those are uploaded, theoretically, you won't really hear me talk about Friendship is Magic that much. So if you don't like the colorful pastel ponies, you might, I don't know, maybe this is good news, but also keep in mind, genuinely one of my favorite shows of all time, for a lot of different reasons. First and foremost, I genuinely like it and think it's very funny. There's other things too, for example, this Dr. Hoof shirt. I haven't worn this in quite a while, but very specifically, I wore this shirt in college, and Clay was there. This is a dude I knew when he was a freshman, and my junior, senior year, my high school was weird because I went to law school. I did. I went to high school in Okinawa on the base, so it was an American high school, but in Japan. Then I went to high school in Australia, and then I went to high school here in Oklahoma. And I skipped half my sophomore year because of timing, and then I repeated half of my junior year to kind of make up for that. So there's things where I'm like, okay, was that part of the second, the extra part of the junior year that made up for the sophomore year? Was this part of senior year? I don't super remember. But I knew Clay, liked the dude, but wasn't the best first impression. And then in college, there he is, doing one of those concurrent things where you can be a senior and take college classes. And I'm here wearing my Friendship is Magic shirt. And he, I recognized him because I'm generally, really good with faces. So he recognizes me enough and kinda. But he sees the shirt that I'm wearing and is like, okay, that's someone I think I kinda know. And I see the pony shirt. And I've started watching the pony show, and I like it. And I don't know a lot of people here in the college, so I'm going to make my move and talk to this guy. And see is he cool? Are we friends? Can we be friends? And, well, believe it or not, we've been friends for a really long time. So this shirt has sentimental value because this show has sentimental value. And there's other ways that it does, but it is one of my favorite works of fiction. It has genuine quality and a lot of just real life sentimental value in so many different ways. It's important to me. And that's kind of what this channel is. Me talking about things that are important to me, whether it's shit in my life, where my life is going, or this is a work of fiction that I've been consuming, a show I've been watching, reading, whatever the fuck, and I want to talk about it. Maybe it's because I really like it, maybe I think I actually have something to say about it, or maybe it's something where I didn't like it. But I'm like, dude, I hated this so much. Oh gosh, if I had this channel back when I was watching Your Lie in April or Guilty Crown, I would have 2 hours, probably an hour and a half or so of me talking about how much I hated Your Lie in April. Guilty Crown would be 4 hours. Oh my gosh, that would have been amazing. Kuro 2 was 4 hours. Fuck, dude, I hated that game so much. Anyways, that was May. So looking ahead to June, studying for the bar, trying to read some Worm, trying to work on the VN. That's probably it. Although I am working kind of with an editor on Orichalcum, which is the manuscript I finished last year, because I want to see if I could maybe get an agent for it and actually like start pitching it, which I have before. I'm like, okay, nothing's working, so I'm having someone look at both my query letter and the first chapter to see how I can shore that up. It's like, okay, so like what I genuinely want to know is like in the first chapter, what works and what doesn't? What are the things that you feel like I am doing well? What are the weaknesses that really need to be shored up? And also, how can I really maximize my query letter to, try and get biters? And then, if I get a biter, they look at the full manuscript, then we'll kind of see what happens. Because maybe they'll look at it and say, your manuscript fucking sucks. I hate it. And if that's the case, that's the case. So it's like, all right, it hurts. I don't want to hear that. But if that is the case, I need to know that so I know how to make it better. So that's something, again, like after the bar, I really want to focus on querying agents. I'm actually expecting the feedback tomorrow on that first chapter in the query letter. So again, like I'm hoping to maybe make some edits sometime during studying, and then when studying is done and the test has been taken, let's go query and see if we can get that. So that's about that. I'm gonna stop this video now so I can go take my car into the shop. Have a good rest of your day. Not even rest of your day. It's like 9 o'clock. Have a good entire of your day and enjoy the weekend and all that shit. And I'll see you when I see you, which unless I get through Worm 19 will probably be next Thursday or in the Friendship is Magic Season 9 shorts when I eventually decide to upload.